Committee to order. Please call the roll.
Counselor Van Buren.
Here.
Counselor Emmons.
Here.
Counselor Gozick.
Here.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Get a motion to approve the minutes of the June 2016 meeting.
Counselor Van Buren. Counselor Emmons. Counselor Gozick. Counselor McLaughlin.
Under old business, there is one item in our resolution to Williamsburg, order of Eastern Zone at 101 West Third Street, located in Third Ward, West of East Public City, 145 to close the Elizabeth Highway Recess, the sidewalk stop sign, allowed for maximum width of 3 foot, proposed 3-car parking area, with the sidewalk stop sign, both across West Third Street.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I had an opportunity to visit with Mr. Murray last week regarding the project. I'm in full support of what he is attempting to do. First and foremost, we'll replace a broken down chain link fence that's already on the property. We'll clear up a lot of brush area. Also, the property doesn't currently have any parking attached to it. The new that issue. We're taking a really overall aesthetically improve that property quite a bit. Anybody knows that particular property and the new system and
Any questions or comments?
Counselor Van Buren. Counselor Emmons. Counselor Gozick. Counselor McLaughlin.
Any other old business to come before the committee? Seeing none, we can have a new business. Item number 1, for authorization, Thomas County, received a request from Stephanie Keltz on behalf of the Big Latch-On event. Ms. Keltz is requesting use of the grass area west of the bell tower at Brightback Park for the anticipated 50 to 70 participants and 2 to 3 vendors that are anticipated on Saturday, August 6, 2016, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Is there anyone here to speak to that event? Council.
I can speak on this a little bit. A couple of the organizers were not able to attend tonight. Obviously, through my business, I've been connected to this event for about 3 years now. I think that we started about 3 years ago. It's a small event, has about 20 to 30 breastfeeding moms that gather together on this particular day as part of International Breastfeeding Week. And this is an event that actually takes place around the nation on this day at this particular time. So I think it fits well within the county's mission to increase health and to increase breastfeeding rates among our county residents, and it's a great opportunity for the city. Obviously, we'll provide a certificate of insurance for this particular event. I doubt if there will be even 2 to 3 vendors. We typically haven't had really anybody else besides the participants there.
Thanks. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Abstain?
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Moving on to item number 2, Thomas Kells, DPW Commissioner, received a request from Corey Fay on behalf of the Oswego Colony of the Theta Chi Fraternity to utilize Franklin Square Park on October 1st, 2016 for their National Philanthropic Event. With a rain date of October 8th, 2016, the event is used to bring together organizations in an effort to raise money for the United Service Organization. The events to be held are a tug-of-war, push-up contest, obstacle course, relay races, Pi, a Theta Chi, and an endurance team. Is there anyone here to speak to that event? Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Let's make just a quick comment. I voted no first time around this came around. Again, the folks aren't here to talk about it, so I think there's a lot of ambiguity with this particular event. And I also need to, within the resolution, there's no mention of certificate of liability insurance, and I think that would be part and parcel of this particular event, given even the limited detail that we have with this. So I will vote again no for this particular event.
Both good points. Does the committee want to take no action, or do you want to move this forward?
I think Councilor Emmons makes a good point. I think we should take no action. Considering the date was October 8th, there'll be plenty of time for them to come back. So I think that's probably the best policy.
Sounds good. We will take no action. Moving on to item number 3. It is actually item number 2 on the Planning and Development Committee. Thomas Kells, DPW Commissioner, received a request for use of public space from the Lake City Police Club for approval to install 2 memorial plaques honoring Lieutenant Don Hill to be affixed to the stone wall featuring the water fountain in the Civic Plaza. memorial dedication ceremony is a collaboration with the Lake City Police Club, Oswego Police Department, Community Development Office, Department of Public Works, and Hands on Oswego. Is there anyone to speak to this event? Mr. Waters.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Damian Waters. I'm here on behalf of the Lake City Police Club. What we're looking to do is looking for permission to use public space at the plaza to hold the dedication for the renaming Civic Plaza, moving it to the Don Hill Plaza. We're going to have family, friends, certainly anyone and everyone's invited to attend if we're able to get your approval. We will have more formal notifications going out. This is a continuation of, I guess, the renaming from last year, and this is just the official dedication of that plaza.
Is there any questions or comments?
I think the plaque looks very nice.
Thank you very much.
Great, thank you.
If there's no other questions or comments, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
We have one additional add-on. Item number 4, Peter Miles, Executive Director of Oswego Harbor Festivals, Inc., for permission to utilize green space adjacent to Lock 8. They are interested in having some additional items that would attract festgoers in that area, in addition to the Tug Ugger, which will be here for the festival and open to the public tours during Harbor Fest weekend. Is there anyone here to speak to that event? I know they've requested use in a similar area before. The Tug thing's new. Anyone has any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Second.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
And we need a resolution.
We'll have. Is there any other business to come before this committee? Seeing none, take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor McLaughlin.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Here.
Counselor Gozick.
Here.
Counselor Cordino.
Here. 2016.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes. Is there any old business? Seeing none, we'll go right to new business. Under authorization, the city clerk's office has received a request from Nicholas Serino, co-owner of the Lighthouse Lanes LLC, for a waiver for the noise ordinance in order to host musical performance at his establishment during the month of July-September 2016 from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. as a part of their Super Summer Concert Series. I see Mr. Serino is here. Would you like to events, please?
Yeah, my name is Nick Serino. I'm the co-owner of Lighthouse Lanes Bowling Center, located at 295 East Albany Street in Oswego. And I'm here to ask for a variance to the local noise ordinance waiver. So we could host some local live music in our outside parking lots like we've had in the past, I think, 6 years. I think this is the 7th year we've been doing this. It's vital to our cash flow to keep our business going, since everybody knows that bowling is a seasonal business, and this helps to keep us going during the slow months. So I appreciate your support. Thanks.
Thank you. Any questions, comments on this?
If I could ask the chief if there were any issues with this required police.
In the years he's had the event, we've only been there a handful of times. They're very positive. We do go, and it's always adjusted.
Thank you.
I can talk on behalf of being in the 4th Ward. I have had some complaints about it, but they rectify the problems ASAP. I mean, they called me, I called out there, they took care of the problem. No big deal. So, it was a little loud one night. They took care of it. I don't think it's any other questions, comments? Can I get a motion?
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
New business for this committee. Seeing none, I'll have a motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes. All right, at this time, I'd like to call to order the Administrative Services Committee meeting. Please take the roll.
Counselor Corradino.
Here.
Counselor Van Buren. Counselor Reynolds.
Here.
Counselor Walker.
Here.
Counselor Emmons.
Here.
Time, I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes for June 6, 2016 committee meeting.
Make a motion.
Second.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Moving on to old business. Is there any old business we need to address? Seeing none, moving on to new business under authorization. Number 1, Clerk's Office and the Animal Control Office request authorization to conduct a dog enumeration by mail project in an effort to reduce the number of unlicensed dogs in the city of Oswego. There's an attachment first. And is there somebody here to speak to? Yes. Can you give us a little rundown on this?
This project is to help with the unlicensed dogs in the city of Oswego. We want to try and get that under control along with the rabies. Because every dog that's licensed has to have a rabies vaccine, so we need to do this project to help with the rabies.
Are there any questions? Issues? I did have a chance to call Caroline at the Animal Control Shelter, and she did mention that the number one reason is to make sure that rabies shots are out there and the animals are getting the rabies shots. That is a health issue.
It is.
Certainly a byproduct of the licensing is the city ends up making some money on it. It's a nice byproduct. And I did question why we were doing 2 mailings, and she gave me, I just thought I'd share this with the committee because I did do some research and I did talk to Caroline. She told me that currently there's about 2,500 dog licenses that are issued. She said some of those animals might even be dead, but there are 25 current dog licenses. And she pointed out, and I asked her point blank, we're spending over $4,000 on this, and I asked her something that we might end up getting our money back. And the way I figured it is, if we get 433 replies and people sign up their dog, $10 a head, that's $4,300. So I asked her the question, do you think that there are 433 dogs that are out there without a license? She said, her guesstimate was there's probably over 1,000 dogs that aren't licensed. So I like our chances that...
I'll get it.
I like our chances that
What is it about?
if we send these out, that we could get at least 433 replies. Because, I'm just questioning if we're going to get a lot of replies on this. I mean, some people might look at this and just throw it away. It does have a section here. If you look at the proof here, it says there's 3 ballot boxes. It says one is, I do not own a dog. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to fill that out and send it in and put a stamp on it. Whereas the other 2 is, I own a dog, and you list the number of dogs, and you're going to register. So, and her point to me was that certainly there'll be people that will probably ignore it, but we're hoping that we can get at least 433 people that not only will pay the license fee, which will basically break even, but will also have those dogs certified as having rabies shots. So I think it's kind of a win-win in that respect. I did talk to Emily Bradshaw today. Also, I gave her a call, and I wanted to make sure that if you look at the estimate from Canine License Registry, It lists the dog license mailer at $17,322 at 25 cents a piece. It does have some itemized items here: typesetting, pre-planning, route application, printing, and mailing. And you probably don't know this, but the business that I work for, I'm well versed on EDDM mailers. And I wanted to ask her the question. It says mailing. Whenever our company does a proposal, we always put in postage. And I wanted to double check that this 25 cents per mailer is in fact including postage, because to mail these EDDM cards, it's about 17.6 cents a piece. To print those cards is about another 6 cents a piece. So if you total those two numbers up, you get about 23.6 cents a piece, and they're charging us 25 cents. So I just wanted to make sure that this included postage, and she assured me it did. Correct? So I think it's a pretty good deal, 25 cents a piece on these, as far as getting the best bang for our buck. Any other questions?
Second.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Item number 2, the clerk's office requests authorization for an application from Philip Gordon and Sons Incorporated for a junk license for the term July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017. The license fee of $100 is on deposit in this office. Any comments? Questions?
Second.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Item number 3, wastewater department is requesting a budget amendment to G.8140.0440, the amount of $59,798. This is to cover the cost of upgrading to the electrical control system for the newly built Andrews centrifuge at the West Side Water Treatment Plant as per attached quote.
I just had a question. If you're reading through it, it said this is the only company, and if I'm not mistaken, they're out of Texas, correct? This must be a real specialized field, I would assume. Oh,
We have
oh, there, okay.
I'm sorry, I should have asked if there was somebody here to speak.
Yes. Ken Sherrill, for those of you who haven't not met me, dealing with the wastewater treatment plant. Yes, that is the only place we can get those electronics for. It's an Andrews system, and we cannot source those electronics anyplace else.
Any other questions?
Second.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Item number 4, the engineering department received a notice from the NYSDOT that requires the city of Oswego to designate an individual to act in the capacity as the responsible local official to use the Internet Government Solutions Equitable Business Opportunity System. Is there anybody here to speak? Mr. Johnson, I see you there.
This is a requirement. The resolution is a requirement for them to authorize me to have access to the system that I need to access in order to fulfill our agreement with the state and federal government on the Route 48 project. Cut and dry.
Any questions for Mr. Johnson?
Second.
Counselor Corradino.
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren.
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds.
Yes.
Counselor Walker. Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Item number 5, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. is spearheading an effort in collaboration with Community Development Office to improve the opportunity to achieve self-sufficiency to become financially independent. We are seeking approval to provide a poverty awareness training through an established program provided by Visions for Change, VFC, for $1,500 as the first step in raising awareness towards the anti-poverty program proposed by Governor Cuomo. Yes? Surprise me.
Good evening, councilors. This is part of a larger initiative. As you may be aware, Governor Cuomo proposed in his proposed budget that was adopted by the state an anti-poverty initiative of where the city of Oswego was identified to receive $500,000 towards trying to come up with an innovative solution to really address poverty in many different fashions. But in order for us to really come up with a program that truly addresses poverty, we need to first understand what poverty is. And there's a lot of decision makers in this community, a lot of local leaders in this community have never really truly lived in poverty and really never understand what it's like to live moment to moment, having to go through bureaucracy to bureaucracy. So we propose a part of it in order to launch into the overall initiative is to first to understand what the issues are and how we can actually empathize and sympathize with those that are truly living and struggling to make ends meet. So the poverty simulation is really geared toward elected officials, community leaders, to participate in this activity. And what it does is provide actual real-life examples of those living in poverty here in the city of Oswego, of what they had to go through in order to really get the services, the assistance that they needed, and to really understand how frustrating it is, how challenging it is, and it's not quite as simple because there's a lot of individuals in our community that really want to make a difference, really want to become self-sufficient, but the programs and policies that we have in place at the city level, county level, prohibit that from achieving that to happen in an efficient way. So what I would propose is to engage in this simulation as the first step as part of the larger initiative, and then step 2 as part of that initiative was the RFP that the council already approved, was to engage in the Family Self-Sufficiency Program to create a pilot program of looking at job retention, job coaching, because Workforce Development One Stop, they spend a lot of resources training individuals, those in poverty, to get a job, but we fall short in terms of actually retaining the job. So the second part of that is creating a little pilot program to see if we can actually create a model that works. So the first step is to understand how people are living in poverty or receiving assistance, and then creating the necessary pilot program to move forward. So in my experience in working with a lot of different agencies across New York State, Vision for Change has created a poverty simulation or poverty awareness training that is highly effective, and really it's an eye-opener. It provides individuals with a window into really truly understanding. And they presented that simulation in Rochester, which is the foundation or the platform for Governor Cuomo in terms of launching this poverty initiative. Vision for Change was actually the one training the individuals and elected officials in Rochester to really understand that, and that's how they're able to move forward. I mean, we can't make decisions to change people's lives unless we truly understand the challenges that they have. So I did reach out to local agencies in this area, such as OCO. OCO has done poverty simulation previously, but they had no immediate plans in the near future to engage in another simulation. So I saw this as an opportunity with Mayor Barlow to really figure out how do we actually be progressive in the city of Oswego to really address poverty in our city, because in the city of Oswego, we are bottom heavy in the socioeconomic demographic, and we're going to remain there unless we can truly understand how we can elevate that and tip the scales, and this is one vehicle in doing that.
Any questions? Sir?
Yes. No, it's $1,500 for the entire almost 4-hour training for up to 120 people. And that would be paid out of the Community Development Office. Well, the training would be open to everybody on the council to attend, department heads. Those that are part of the Oswego County Poverty Reduction Task Force have expressed interest in participating in that. I mean, the Executive Director of the Y, the Executive Director of the United Way, a lot of people that really engage in this activity and really try to make a difference. And so it would be open to everybody, I mean, anybody that wants to participate, but really the focus for me are the decision makers in our community that can have influence in making things in a better light.
Yes, Counselor.
Will you, Justin, be the person that's identifying those folks? Like personally contacting if this is approved? Are you the point person?
I'll be working with Vision for Change and also the Poverty Reduction Task Force to come up with a list of the ideal candidates, and we'll contact them through invitations and those kind of things.
Councilors, I would encourage us to support this. I've actually have done poverty simulation as part of my higher education background. Obviously, working in student affairs as I did, we encountered students from all economic, social backgrounds, and certainly poverty was one of those areas in which we actually spent quite a bit of time on that. And so poverty simulations, as on the surface they might sound a little hokey, a little corny, will I actually get something out of this? If done correctly, and every single one I've done, it was, I would say, argued done correctly, because you do walk away with just such a better understanding of life, and everything that's connected to it. So.
I mean, I'll give an example. One of the recent cases was there was in Syracuse. There was a woman at that time who was living in poverty, was able to successfully land a job with New Venture Gear at the time, who was out of business, but New Venture Gear is a manufacturing job paying $65,000, but she had a single mom with 2 kids. Child care was a big issue for her. So she went to Child Care Solution to manage daycare for the county, and said one of the barriers that she had was, in order to keep this job, she needed really daycare. And she had worked with other employees of New Venture Gear and said they would be interested in having a daycare at that place of business. And immediately, since the director of Child Care Solutions at that time said, I would never put my child in a daycare at a manufacturing plant. And so she was one of the people that we identified to go through the poverty simulation. And when she went through that poverty simulation, it was an eye-opener for her. And she actually found the individual that she said those comments to, and was literally bawling because she couldn't understand that she herself was inhibiting this person that was living in poverty to actually make a difference. So, I mean, it's an eye-opener to really try to look at the policies, the preconceived notions, the stereotypes, and all those kind of things that you look at that you may not think of. I mean, just the sheer fact of going from, let's say my office over to the Department of Social Services, and then now you're going to the United Way, or maybe going to the Salvation Army. You're going around and around, and there has to be a way to streamline some of these processes, but we have other agency leaders that are operating in silos, and this is an opportunity to really foster collaboration and start to break down some of those silos.
Yes, Councilor.
I think this is a beautiful idea. Have you reached out to different municipalities, towns, counties, or county, cities around our state?
Reach out to them regarding the simulation.
They would be interested in going or something like that, because you said it's up to 120 people. There's 120 people in the city that I think is talking about. I just wanted to reach out to the townships.
Yep. I mean, once we will start with identifying the folks in the city and at the county, because the county poverty task force is part of that. And right now, the county poverty task force is comprised of roughly, I believe, 60 members. So, I mean, there's a good chunk right there. But there is an opportunity to broaden that if we need to. But I want to really focus here in the city of Oswego on how to make it happen. Yep.
Any other issues, questions, comments? Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Second.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds? Counselor Walker? Yes. Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
And we need a resolution?
You will.
Okay. Thank you. Under travel, item number 6. Rita Tickle, Personnel Director, has expressed interest in sending one employee to the Personnel Department to the New York State Public Employers Labor Relations Association Annual Conference in Saratoga Springs, New York, being held July 19, 2016 through July 22, 2016.
Mr. Chairman, this is the annual Labor Relations Conference that we've been participating in for over 30 years, and I would request to send someone again this year.
Any questions?
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren?
Yes.
Counselor Reynolds? Yes. Counselor Walker? Yes. Counselor Emmons?
Yes.
Any other issues, old business, new business, anything else? Seeing none, take a motion.
Second.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor Van Buren? Counselor Reynolds?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Emmons?
Yes.